Baz fella here. I just wanted to talk today about the 4 Cattys I'm using more than any other at the moment. Me and my son are using these more than any other at the moment. What I want to talk about really is the finish of them. The finishes are getting so good now. Years and years ago, before like Gamekeeper started and you fucking good catapults and sites like that, you know, places where you could buy decent like wooden Cattys in this country, I bought a Catty similar to this from like a well-known American manufacturer. I'm not going to slag it. It was a great Catty. I used it all the time in every sort of situation. I used it for hunting, I used it at work, I used it for fun. It was a great little Catty. It was one of the first Cattys like it that I'd ever actually seen. But the finish on it wasn't very good. I'd probably still own it, but I lost it for one reason or another. I had to ditch it, which I'm not prepared to go into here. But when I lost it, not long after that, I bought my first Gamekeeper, and it was the first time in this country I'd seen the Cattys like that were available to the general public. So, and I was pleased with the finish of the first Gamekeeper I bought. They've still got the original Gamekeepers, and I'm going to keep them. But it's the finishes the lads are getting now are absolutely astounding. I've got this. Daz Simmons made me this, a natural. I'm not usually a big fan of naturals, and I never have been since I was a little boy. But this, I really like this. I was using it all week last week, and I do really like it. It's a great little Catty. I'll talk about the finish on that in a minute. I use this. This is the one, the Gamekeeper I use more than anything now, and I'm absolutely in, but I really love it. It's great. It just fits in your pocket. You can hide it dead easy if the police come on site, or if you need to put it away quickly, you can conceal it easy. It's good and sturdy. It's Dymalux, you know, it's a beautiful colour. Beautiful sort of contrasts in it and stuff. It's like looking into a coal fire at night. It's lovely. But it's a great Catty to use. The Pinky Poacher is my favourite Gamekeeper. I've posted that to like lads who've just come on the page. You were asking which Catty to get. I love the Pinky Poacher. It's absolutely the best Catty I've ever used. So, and this one is really special. I really love it. It's great. You've got this one here from Paul at Fucking Good Catapults, which is a great little Catty. My son sharked that about within hours of me getting it in the post, and so he got to use it a lot more than I did, and I've had to reband it. But it's great. It's a great Catty. I really enjoy. I use 9mm steel with this. And this one here, which looks similar to this, but it's not, was not made by one of the manufacturers like this one Daz made. It was made by one of the boys. It was made by Dan Gurney, this. And this is what I want to talk about really, is the finishes, is the standards that the lads are getting. You know what I mean? It's like Gamekeeper are like renowned for their standards. They make Cattys to a very, very high standard, and I've never had one that I've been displeased with, ever. And like me sons and me mates who've stolen Gamekeeper Cattys off me have been very pleased with them as well, I hasten to add. But it's like, if you look at this one first, like Daz has cut this, dried it out and made it, and he gave me this as a gift. It's a lovely Catty, it's a beautiful Catty. It's like, it's got a palm, so like a natural palm swell in it. You can see that at the back there. It's got like a sort of hoof effect going on as well at the bottom, and I like them hoof Cattys that like John and his dad make, but that's got like a subtle sort of hoof, almost like an elephant's foot really. And I really like it. It's almost as if that's been grown from a sprig from my hand, and I really like it. The single bands are great. It's easy for me to draw with me, with the arm and wrist injury I'm always moaning about. And I can hold it and use it a lot. The problem I have with Cattys, the reason I'm restricted now to using certain ones all the time, is because I can't do lots of shots with them. It's like my hand starts going dead and I lose my grip, which like when you've got like 28 pounds of draw pull back to your gob isn't funny if it slips out your hand. Like, so I use like, with this obviously it's 12 or 14mm lead all the time. I never use anything else with that. And that's why the bands are still in good nick. I always use that. I've had a couple of kills with that. This one, which was made by Paul from Fucking Good Catapults, it's the Jigsaw. It's got a beautiful lanyard on it and stuff, you know. I bought this because I like the look of it. And I thought it was going to be more of a cosmetic Catty than what it is. It's actually brilliant to use. I use that with like 9mm steel. And I can't miss with it, which is rare for me because I'm shit. I've been doing this for years, like nearly 40 years, over 40 years now, and I'm rubbish. But I mean, I have fed myself, you know, I can hit things, but the standard of some of the shooting you see on with the younger fellas on, I can't match that. But this is a good catty. I like this. And the finish on that, he's cut this from an oak board. And you can see the grain, the way the grains come up. It's the finish again. It's lovely. Very, very nice catty. Like Dan Gurney made this with hand tools. And I don't know what it was. Dan did mention when he made this. I think it was Zebrano, I think. But it's veneered, but it's absolutely, it's gorgeous. Look at that. You know what I mean? Like I say, you know, Dan doesn't make catties for sale. He was getting rid of a few surplus ones when he moved up to Telford to be with his bird. And I was lucky enough to get this. This is another one that my son's always trying to steal. And it's good. It's a good catty to grip. Again, I use 8 or 9mm steel with the single bands. I use it for cans and that. And it's a great catty, but the finish is lovely, you know. Beautiful. It's like, you know, it's really well done for a lad who's done that in his house. I know he knows his wood because he works with it, but so he's probably got a little bit of an unfair advantage over the rest of us, but that's really nice. You know, Paul as well has got disadvantages when he's making stuff. He hasn't got the same sort of access to facilities and shelters as the rest of us, so that's a particularly impressive piece and an impressive finish to get under the circumstances which you have to work. This is like just beautiful, but there's nothing you can say about the Gamekeeper finish. You know, I think the best finish on any catapult that I've got in my collection is on the lead launcher that I got from John a couple of weeks ago. But like, it's the colours of this. It's so, you know, you probably can't see it on camera, but it's so lovely. And apparently a mate of mine, who's a cabinet maker, he told me that like to cut diamond ply, Dymalux ply, and to finish it is a bastard. He said it's so brittle, it's a bastard to finish. So he says that this is really, really outstanding work. And I think it is. I love it. It's great. And it's, you know, if you need to use it for anything else, you know what I mean? It's very, very, very strong. Daz Simmons does his in the kitchen, I believe. But that's a beautiful, I think he uses oil, Daz. I talk to Daz a lot online, you know, and I'm really, really, I've never really told him how pleased I am with this. I really, really like it. It's a beautiful thing. And it's like it's been made for me hand. And, you know, in my life, when I was a small child, obviously, like we all had to use naturals of varying sort of like types and shapes and sizes, but I've never really been a great lover of them, you know, since I got my first sort of metal catty. And I don't use metal catties anymore. As a child, I did. I had a killdeer as a kid, and I had it for like about 20 years, but one of my sons robbed it. But this is beautiful, you know, it's absolutely lovely. And the finish on it, it's like it's flowing when you look at it. It's like it's in motion like water. It's gorgeous, really pleased with that. And I do use it a lot. And it's like, I got stopped walking around the street with that in my pocket by the pigs. And they were like, what's that? Oh, it's a catty, and give me it back. And like, if it had that on me, they probably would have asked a few more questions and been a bit more inquisitive about what it was for, you know. But they were like, oh, that's good. Did you make that? And I just lied like a flatfish and said, yeah. So, cheers, Daz. Again, about me injured arm, my elbow and stuff, it's not getting any better. So, what I've done, I haven't got it here, but a couple of weeks ago, I got a set of dub tubes with a rock chopper pouch off Marcus Senior, and I put it on me secure grip, which is in my locker at work, fortunately, so I can't show it here. But I've been using it. I'm very, very happy with it. I don't get as much arm or elbow strain. I can hold on the aim a bit longer, and you get results with it. So I've ordered some more from Marcus, which I've just received in the post today. Marcus, thanks very much. And he's also very kindly sent me some extra pouches. We were discussing the super pouches, and I ordered me. One of these is for me, one's my son and two for the lads, like at work. But I ordered them with super pouches on because I'm always wanting to try new stuff. And now that I've got them they look a bit too small for what I use it for. So I'm quite glad in that case that Marcus has very kindly sent me some extra pouches of his own. And you know, Marcus's pouches are outstanding, they're really high quality, very, very high quality, as all the pouches the lads use now are like. But he sent me them, as I'm very, very happy with that. Very pleased with it, very, very grateful. Well, I'm going to band up with one of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the double feather band off this, and I'm going to reband it with dub because I'm just finding it too hard to get along with double feather band now for any continued length of time, you know. My single banders can probably stay as they are for the time being, but a set of these is going on this today. I'll have a couple of shots with it. I'm doing very well with the secure. I've always done well with the secure grip. I've had better results with that than with any of my other Cattys. So, but what I wanted to talk about today was the finishes, and I've talked about it. And these are the best finished Cattys in my collection. Like I say, all the Gamekeepers come are like a very, very high standard of finish. You know, you're expected from them now because it's de rigueur. You know, if you're buying a Gamekeeper Catty, it's got to be beautifully finished, like. But you know, to take that and to finish it to that standard, you know, in your kitchen, you know, being pestered by a bull terrier is brilliant. And I'm so glad Red's never had this, to be honest with you. So thanks to him for that, Darren. Again, the finish on that one. You know, it's like, what I'm trying to say really is the circumstances under which some of these have had to be made are brilliant. It's like this is like at the moment getting more use than any other Catty in my collection, so it's going to have to be dubbed just so I don't end up pulling my fucking arm out the socket. But that's all I want to say in this video today, and well done to all the lads. Gamekeeper Cattys, fucking good catapults. Dan Gurney, Daz Simmons, come on down. Shows it can be done, boys. Thanks very much.